So I want to follow up really quick on the idea of vision. I've talked with you folks about tunnel vision and why that occurs when your heart rate and blood pressure get really high and your senses kind of go away and it comes down to a really narrow focus, right? And then I also talk with you about what to watch during a fight, and that if you, again, watch just one specific point on somebody, again, your perception will be diminished, right? So during a fight, what I want to talk about is sight versus perception. What you want to do is you don't want to see the fight. You want to perceive the fight. Now, there's different layers to this. We may go into them, but we'll see how this video rolls. So sight is whenever you see something, right? Perception is when you perceive something. It's a combination of sight, could be hearing, could be intuition and all that. But for the sake of the start of this video, what I'm addressing is that whole idea of taking in a singular point versus the entire picture of it. So when I fight, I try not to look at somebody specifically somewhere or try to watch the fight. I kind of use my peripheral vision, my central and peripheral together to generate kind of a world view in front of me. What a lot of people don't talk about is your peripheral vision has adapted over millions of years. It's actually faster to your response mechanism than your central vision. Your central vision requires, and that's why it's there, it's an extra layer of processing. Your eyes perceive something, then it gets processed by your brain. What does this mean? And then it goes to a reaction stage, right? Your peripheral vision is like anywhere between 20 to 90% faster at response rates than your central vision. Numerous studies have shown it. So your peripheral vision just fires straight to an instinctive response. No overmind, no conscious brain processing before you can move to dodge something. That's why a lot of times when I'm fighting, I can keep a general central view. I'm actually, my vision's slightly blurred. I don't focus laser on something. I'm just like letting it softly float there. And then whenever I see a shot coming from this side, I just move and I block it faster. This side, boom, block it. Dodge thrusts that come in at me. Different changes of angles. I perceive and respond to it at a faster rate than if I'm like watching. If I'm watching you move your shield to the side, then I'm tracking it and then deciding what that means. Versus your shield just moved aside and it just adjusts the 3D model in my head. Okay, that's there now. So start trying to perceive the fight versus see it. Don't try to look for specific things in the fight, like a small target point. Just try to pick it up loosely with your central vision, but really let your peripherals do their work. They'll save your ass. They'll respond to changes in your opponent's direction, movement, his strikes, his blocks, everything else, way faster than your central focused vision. So now, perception of the fight goes beyond just the physical attunement of the eyes, right? Perception is also mental modeling. Whenever you're modeling a fighter, let me grab my shield real quick here. Right? So, I'm here, got Gloria here, and you can see me right here, right? From your eye vantage point. But, and you can see, you got legs, even if I'm on a guard like this, you got center chest and all that. But what happens whenever I use a closed guard? Or I step, I'm like probably, my head's like 4 feet away from yours here. But I do this, right? Now you've just lost your sight to use for perception. I'm here. Most people only fire at actual targets they can see, at least more newer fighters. So people lose so much of their targeting when they can't see. That's why you have to perceive. what there is versus see it, right? You can't see my legs anymore, but my legs are open. They're there. They're still targets. Same position here, but from the side. Boom. My leg's still here. But from your perception from the camera, you can't see it anymore. Even if my arm, if the sword is sitting here and my arm is straight up and down, right? Okay. But you can't see it anymore, but you notice the angle of my blade. You know that there's an arm sitting right back here. So if you throw around the edge of the shield, you're still going to hit it, right? So what you have to do is you have to develop your own like 3D model in your head and understand human physiology, right? If you can see what foot is forward, like here, you'll be able to see my right leg is forward. Even if I present this up closer, you won't even be able to see it, maybe the foot. You'll know that there's a leg really close to you over here. Same thing with the other leg. So try to develop 3D models in your head of your opponents, because there's going to be times when you can't see them anymore. You can't see the targets to throw at. You have to already know they're there. For the most part, humans you fight, I don't know if you're fighting aliens or monsters or whatever, but human beings you fight, behind that shield, behind your own shield blinding you, you know that they got a torso, they got a head, and they're usually in a particular alignment, even when they move to the side. They'll have 2 arms behind their defense. They'll have 2 legs back there. You have to be able to see them with your mind, even when you can't see them with your eyes. So I think that's what it comes down to, is you have to start using your mind to perceive, to see beyond what you can see. So I know, weird, esoteric stuff, but it's hugely important to start changing your fighting mentality from just what you can see. You have to start expanding it out, use the force if you have to, and perceive what is real in the fight. You know, the targets that are available, how they're standing, the possibilities, even when your vision is cut off, even when you can't see a target, you know. So it'll dramatically improve your fighting. You'll start throwing at targets you can't even see. I mean, I fight in a helmet that I can't even see below your chest level. And I hit people a lot in the legs and everything else, but that's just because I've worked on that modeling and that perception. I don't have to see your leg to hit it, right? I don't have to even see it to know that your shield's moved just enough away for me to hit it. So take advantage of that, work your perception, work the 3D modeling, and use a combination of all your senses and all of your knowledge to, you know, basically render a more complete picture of the fight, the fighter, and the circumstances you're in. All righty, catch you later.